That's what I'm selling them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The UFC
She get that trademark.
Yeah.
She get that trademark too.
Even the little, the little camera, you have to register that.
That's really cool. Everybody was like, "Wow, that's cool." I was were laughing when that hand came up from that.
Oh.
Yeah, that was so cute.
That was beautiful.
Juan Peña, the guy who was here. He's the one who did it.
That's awesome.
And you know who the guy in the director's chair is?
Who? Oh, really?
Is it you?
That was so neat.
It got a lot of laughs. That was
Everybody laughed. It was so funny.
That would be really cool. Like what you said too. To every movie that you do, you change a little something different happens. You know, like
To the director.
like
To the control freak.
the next one, like maybe just like I said, like just like gear on his drives
And he
away.
drives away. He reaches down and a shark comes up and gets him, you know. Yeah.
Or one of you comes out of there.
Who? What?
One of you guys come out of
Oh,
there.
like another guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You did a cameo.
At the church
also.
If it wasn't me, a lot of my body parts make
Okay, that's the one. Now I remember at the hot dog stand, the guy that came out afterwards in the Dago tea.
That wasn't me.
That was
No.
you?
No, no.
I could have sworn that was you.
No, it wasn't the church, wasn't it?
The church, yeah. I know the
When
church.
you actually
Yeah.
see my face,
Yeah.
was at the church.
But I could have sworn it was you because he had the tatuaje and I'm like,
A tattoo?
it looked like he had a tattoo.
No, no. He was just a kid that was hanging around.
And
He
he
said,
wanted
"Can
to
I
get
be in it?" I
movies.
was like,
well,
"We
tell
needed
Mom to
background."
Oh wait, hold on. You had a kid that was just hanging around in your movie?
Here it comes.
No, as soon as you have a release.
Yeah, the mom had to come over and sign the
Oh, yeah,
release,
we
and then
did.
I'm like, okay, then we'll do it for you.
The same with the two girls that come out of there. The dark-haired one was Donato's friend, but the blonde worked at the Traveler
No, that
Agency
was
across the street.
that's my best friend's little sister.
Oh, that was your best friend's
Yeah,
sister?
She's,
Okay.
she's her little sister.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
yeah, just worked there, right?
The girl just worked there. It says, "You want to be in a movie? We need an extra girl. Come on in," you know?
We made her up and
Yeah, had her sign the release.
That little kid was cute. He was so good.
Eric, oh my god,
Which one?
that kid's incredible.
The cat.
Eric Ambris.
Yeah.
Yo, yo, yo.
It was
Yeah.
so-
I love.
Yeah, he was sitting right next to me and he was going. I said, "You're so good."
Because I was looking for kids when I met him, and I was auditioning him. Man, like his mom stays outside. He goes, "Hey, here, look, here's my portfolio." He's showing me all this stuff, and I'm like, "This is just a waste," because he wasn't gonna have any lines. So I was like, "Well," I'm like drawing back. Okay, here, I just want you to say this, you know. At
Oh,
least.
that was so good.
That was
I
And-
mean,
And it's those little pieces that people are gonna take out. I think the one that most people that I saw talking about it was the walk with the music, the kids, obviously, little Jimmy being screamed at for saying yo yo yo, you know, and obviously the end
yeah.
Oh,
It's-
that.
that people just kept talking about that. You know, it's little pieces, you know, but I think it was very positive.
Yeah.
I like the fact that nobody focused on it just being about gangs. You know,
Well,
because honest,
it's
well,
really-
you know what? Because it had a twist.
right? It had to. That was the thing. That was the twist.
Yeah, because if it had been just about, strict,
Just friends.
That's just. I always thought it was the
Yeah.
underlining story,
Yeah,
but it's
but
really
because
more of a
of the
love
twist-
story. It's
Right.
because
it's
the
about two
twist
guys.
it has, because that's one of the things that I asked my brother. I said, does that really exist? I said, does that really happen? Because normally you think gangbangers are tough and mean and killers and out there just to. But I said, oh no, there's a and I mean my brother, especially Jose Luis, is not a gangbanger, but he knows so much about other aspects in life that
Right.
he said, oh, definitely, there's she says there are things you don't know that goes on. I said, yeah, you're right, because I don't live in that world.
That's what makes the movie
Yeah.
so great. Like, 'cause you don't,
But
that doesn't-
and one of the things that there's a book that is called Kill Me Like an Onion. I don't know if you ever
No, I
heard
never
about
heard
it.
of that.
It's written by a woman from Taylor Street, and I can't remember I can't remember her name. But I think that's what life is, really an onion. And there are so many layers and layers and layers, and it's like it's so interesting, And being an actor is like wow, it's opened up so much for me, And I have been, I've been acting since I was 4. But as a younger actor, I never took it very seriously. It was just fine. But now as an adult, it's a different thing. You know what I mean? It's like you're really getting to life. You know, you're really getting to explore. You know what it's. You know, it's like wow. So I mean, yeah. So that's what I think. You know, this movie offers is that other aspect of the rough. You know, banging. You know,
because it's a culture underneath another subculture.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
it's and I was kind of disappointed that a lot more people that I know from the clubs didn't go. But I think once
Well, they will.
they will
once
this
it gets
is
out,
our
word
first
of
shot. And to be quite honest, you asked me earlier how many people went. I can honestly say close to 200 people went. It was packed. It was packed. People were sitting in the back on the floor. It was packed, which is beyond my expectation. Actually, I was expecting more.
On a Saturday night.
Exactly on a Saturday night.
This is
Saturday night,
I don't know how I can't say how well it's gonna do, but I mean, I just know that it's not gonna. This is not a movie where people just say, yeah, it's good. It's gonna leave you with something. It has a meaning. It has like, and it's not just something like it stays with you in a way. Because my mother said, you know, I asked her, I was like, are you just saying that because you're my mother? She said, no. She's like, I had nightmares, you know, about, you know, the kind of things that, you know, they kind of went through and the fact that they were, you know, struggling and everything. But I don't know. I think it's gonna be real well.
I think in a sense it was to that guy that decided to leave. It was his loss because he missed out on something that.
Well, someone did leave?
Someone did. One guy with a knit hat.
Was this before or after the kissing scene?
Oh, way before. It was at the beginning. It had to be before the first 60 minutes.
Right after the title started coming out.
Then he left.
He left. But that was the only person that left.
Yeah.
I don't know about the other theory. I don't think.
No, nobody allowed Monica.
You know, he could have just been a student there, saw the poster, figured, hey, I'm coming in, it's free, and then figured, well, no, this ain't my thing, I'm going.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't even think that he was a Latino person.
No, I think he was. I think he was either that or he wasn't white.
No?
He wasn't white. He was either Middle Eastern or some type of Latino. But I think, like you said, everyone, the little saying, you're gonna leave us something. Whether it's been introduced more into gangs. My sister, she said like 2-6. I said she didn't know that these were actually names of gangs. Well, what does 2-6 stand for? 26, you fool.
Yeah.
You know, but la gente no sabe
And
eso.
some of the language that I've noticed there's some of the language that was used also that we are not familiar with, but I noticed there were two guys sitting in front of me, and like they were going, you know,
What do you mean?
you know,
Like the
like
slang?
Oh, okay.
you know, like the dog boy or whatever.
Dog.
Like dog and
Yeah, you know, people that, you know, everyday people don't know that language, but other people do. Like you say, it's a subculture.
It's a subculture.
Yeah, you know, and it's going to get to, you know, that other layer that we don't know about. And those are the ones that will say, yeah, finally somebody's talking about that. Somebody's bringing this out in the open because it does exist.
My biggest interest is to see how California.
Oh, when I went to
it's-
Los Angeles and we went clubbing, it's just like.
No, but when you presented it, that's
when we showed Broken Warning, I was very disappointed that they didn't go. A lot of the Latino people didn't go at all whatsoever. I was just like, it would have been cool.
We'll have that change. We'll have that change with the article.
I mean, with the feature length, you know, it's just like, here's a movie for you guys, and I hope you like it. And I know, like, within gangs, it's all accepted, you know, pretty much. This is just, as far as the story goes, you know, it's not, they're not being persecuted for being gay, they're just being persecuted because he's from the other gang, and that's it. I mean, had they told them about the situation, hey, maybe they would have accepted it, you never know.
Right.
Which gangs do accept that?
Which gangs do accept, but as long as
from
you
your experience.
But
I
you're
mean,
not
do
gonna.
gangs accept that or not? As far as being gay within.
Chicago.
Yeah, I've heard that
here and there are like I had a friend of mine who actually dated quite a few, of gang members.
And I know
There are whole gangs that are just simply gay. There are
In Chicago?
in Chicago, in LA, in California.
Okay, in LA, I did see that.
But in Chicago, like even if they're small ones,
Right.
even small ones, but like it says, in the ones where the majority is heterosexual, they'll accept you, but as long as
you don't show
it's
it.
not that you don't show it, but as long as you respect the boys, as long as you don't, you're not hitting on your family.
Right.
Lo que es tuyo es tuyo. That's fine. We accept you because you're one of our brothers. As long as you're not doing anything to someone else in the gang that might not appreciate it.
But that's like the whole thing, because I think that it's not only are they in a gang, they have to keep it kind of that way, but the fact that they're Latinos, and when you're in our culture, you have to be macho. It's like there's a lot of macho ness, machismo and everything. So it's like, even if it was to be accepted, you still want to say it, but.
Well,
My brother has a friend which we have lost contact with, but he's not Latino. But he used to be a gangbanger, and he's gay. And when my brother told me that this guy was a gangbanger, I said, what? I said, he's gay and he was a gangbanger? He says, oh yeah, I said, that's a surprise. I mean, that's because I have no idea. It's no idea. I mean, because we have a different picture, of someone being a gangbanger.
Yeah, you just don't imagine it at all.
Yeah. Wow, this is so interesting. Hard to believe, but yes.
Give me a second, guys.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I want to make movies.
I'm telling you, dude.
He told me last night as I'm driving home, so are you going to sell the rights to your life to me? I'm like,
Oh, because
I don't know, because I have a story. But
Really?
And I'm like, let me have your life, Gil, so I can put it on film.
But when he says it, he somewhat scares me.
Because I mean, visually, Gil's got like incredible ideas as far as what he would want his film to be.
Oh, I already know the scenes. I already know where I want to shot.
When he was telling me about it, I'm like, God, dude, I can just picture that right there, It's like now we just have to get the rights from the artists, as far as music. And music would play a very
music
big role.
Definitely. Music. That's what my life has been always about. Music.
And I mean, I see that with Gil's life, and it's just like, dude, oh my God, I would love to,
Oh, you should just
I told
fly with it,
I told you that I want to do like I have to write it, but I still have ideas.
It's always that writing part that's...
Yeah, it's always
You just
that.
want it out already. I respect you so much for able to put it on paper.
But what I want, my vision is, I don't know if it fits your genre of like, kind of a twisting, but it's more like, because I always wanted to do something with, like kind of club Latin dance kind of thing, like not like a dirty dancing, but more of like a, I don't know, because I don't know, I love Latin music, and I think that there's not enough of that, like kind of showing, like that kind of like salsa music and stuff like that. Well, there are kind of movies, but they're kind of cheesy, but something kind of modern like that. I was kind of thought that would be good, but I'm trying to think like
whether he would be fitting, whether he's a good enough. You feel director for it.
Not that, but the fact that because I know he want to put a little spin on it. He's like, okay, what if?
It really depends,
like monsters or.
What if he's a serial killer, but he loves to dance?
But he loves to dance salsa.
Yeah.
See, like
and I want my role expanded. I want my role
bigger
expanded.
role.
Yeah, definitely. I want it to be a deeper, much. Oh, guys, because there's so much.
Yeah, like we talk between me and Ron, just like, well, okay, we did this already. Now let's go do something else. We want to challenge ourselves. We just don't want to stick to doing this kind of films.
Absolutely.
Don't just stick to doing like gay themed movies. Don't just stick to doing horror movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just like trying everything. And for Roger, this was the first time he ever tackled anything with drama.
Really?
Heavy drama.
Yeah, heavy drama. Yeah, it is.
What do you do? Comedy or
Comedy and horror?
Comedy with murder and horror all mixed up into it, like the Dead Clown movie. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Grease Paint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like Clue is your like Clueless kind of a
Clue us.
like Clue, like the game Clue.
Meaning what?
Like that's
comedy
kind
stuff
of,
like that.
dark
Yeah,
comedy.
wacky, slapstick. Yeah. Well, because I've done theater for 10 years and I was in all those musical comedies.
Yeah.
So I by reading them and doing them, that's how I kind of developed. Oh, I could tell this story that way. And
The
yeah.
Santa Claus where he dies in the chimney that you were singing that
yeah.
Oh my.
There's some smell in the
See,
chimney.
I mean, and we have the same mindset as far as just like the straight.
Oh Lord, there's
taking
more.
like taking these. It's just the way I see it in life. You know, it's just like all these people taking all these causes aren't all seriously. You know? And it's just like just relax and enjoy life.
Yeah.
And that's why I love making fun of it and ripping
No,
on it.
definitely.
Yeah.
And just going against, like, if they're like, oh, we're pro this, oh, okay, well, I'm against you then, you know, it's just like,
Right.
and if I'm the same way as you are, well, I'm gonna go stick to the other side who's against you,
but you
know
know what? I think you
It's
can
a sarcasm.
Still, yeah, you can still make a statement
Exactly.
without getting into that deep thinking because I mean it's just like the other day I heard on WBC something about marriage and they said, well, marriage you have to work at it, and then the woman that wrote this book, you know, she was making fun of it because she said, who wants to work? You know, there's work, and then for marriage you still have to work. Yeah, I mean when you can bring your message across without having to make it so.
Exactly.
Right.
You know,
Exactly. It's just.
so because it's almost depressing when you
If you
think.
take it into like that, yeah, it's really depressing how everything's going, you know, and it's just like, do what Matt Stone and Trey Parker did with South Park. They take whatever social issues are going on and just like turn it around and slap it right in your face.